for uniform people, you shouldn't be looking at ethnic, religious, political coloration. Once you wear the uniform, you are obligated to the Constitution. And as you get onto a theater of operation, be it banditry or whatever, you don't want to look at whether you are dealing with a Christian or you are dealing with a Muslim or you are dealing with Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. Discharge your obligation. Once you have that at the back of your mind, you won't even see the coloration. We are not supposed to see. The uniform people are not supposed to see that. And once you put that behind you, you go into the theater of operation, do what you feel you should do as per the constitutional obligations on you and your conscience. So let people come out and interpret it whichever way. You will know that you discharged the obligation given to you by the Constitution. If we continue to, lay back on, because these people are this, the other people are that, we will not be able to do anything. And mine is that we must first rethink, do a proper appraisal of situations that have been taking place, maybe for the past 5, 10 years. What is it that has been recurring? Why is it that as we say we are taking one step, the criminal elements are taking 2 steps? And I mentioned that when you put crime criminalities together, whether insurgency, all of them are crimes. They are elements that is in constant motion. And when you are dealing with such, you must make sure that you don't even move at par with the rate at which that element is moving. You must be proactive. You must move ahead the element. And we need to have a rethink with regards to our internal security architecture. Who is taking the lead? How do we see that our uniform people work together, not to compete? Proliferation of weapons, proliferation of departments in all those institutions. Army will say they have intelligence, Navy has intelligence, Air Force has intelligence, Police has intelligence, Civil Defense has intelligence. Meanwhile, the DSS is there, the NIA is there. Is there a fusion at all? Are they talking together? All of them that are proliferating department, you only get intelligence from your own department. You don't want to share it with other people. You don't even have the capacity to, work on the intelligence, but you will just carry yourself to say you want to go and act on that intelligence when you don't even have the capacity. So after the failure, everybody will now be blaming each other. So we must streamline our thought, and we must not forget that the challenges all over the world now, you can't do without the non-state actors. It is how to harvest and optimize these non-state actors. If we leave them behind, they are the grassroots. They see what is happening. Some things drones will not be able to capture. The human element will capture it. Develop human intelligence, motivate your boots on the ground, and of course, properly integrate the non-state actors. Once you integrate them, you will even be able to check the issue of proliferation of weapons. But we've been saying this all the time, it doesn't appear as if someone is sitting out there to look at all these thoughts, put them together, do what is critical after action review. That is one of the major tools that the US military would use. When you do an operation, you sit down, you do an appraisal. Where did we fail? If this happens again, how are we going to do it in a way that we will not reinvent the wheel? But it seems as if today, in our system, that is lacking. And we must take all these discussions away from the political elements, who will always colorate things politically or religiously. So once you take it from the political element and you work as per your mandate, you will be able to shut their mouth, because all their own interventions will be towards their political gains. And the people in uniform must realize that. So once you take the discussion, the conversation away from them to say, look, we are wearing this uniform for a purpose. We are paid with taxpayers' money for a purpose. This is what we need. What the political elements need is to make sure that the enablement are given to the uniform people. And I've mentioned it, If you say internal security all over the world, you say the police is taking the lead. Why is it that the police that is taking the lead is the least funded? The capacity are not being built all together. This one is going 100 miles, the other one is going 10 miles. And for you to have a proper synergy, you must be talking together. There must be simulation. There must be a fusion center. In the early days when we joined the police, we met all that. It's not available again now. Everybody want to talk. In those days, you won't hear that it's the army that will come and say, oh, we've captured some armed robbers and we've done this. You won't hear civil defense talk differently. Everybody, there used to be a federal joint operations room, which is like a fusion center. We've lost all those things. So all the leaders now use it, and of course, getting the commander-in-chief of the armed forces to, in it with the NSA, they must think of all this. What is it that we had before that we've lacked now? Once you are able to do that, it doesn't take anything. We have enough technology, intelligence, gathering technology that it can, nip in board some of these crises. But it seems as if once we make noise like this, it's plateau today. All of us will make noise. The service chiefs will make noise. The political elements in the National Assembly will make noise. Give us another 1 month. Everyone has forgotten until another crisis will erupt. They don't solve problems like that. You don't know the capacity of your enemy and you want to fight the enemy. How does your enemy look like? What weapon is your enemy carrying? Nobody is sitting down to do that assessment. The uniformed services, the police, the military that we met when we joined were people that we do that strategic thinking to say, okay, what could be the size of the number of people that attack Plateau? Are they the same number? What kind of dressing are they wearing? What kind of weapon are they carrying? So if you don't do that, how do you now want to fight back? Or how do you want to nip in the bud, any other thing they want to do? Which route do they use to enter Plateau State? Is it the same forest that they've been using to enter Kaduna or Benue State or Niger State? So once you're able to do that, you know that, the modus operandi of these people is that they look for those ungovernable forests. And that is where they use. So you now be thinking of what do we do to make those ungovernable areas governable with the presence of government and all those things. And we must fight poverty. If you don't fight poverty, even the people that are supposed to fight the criminal elements will join the criminal elements. So these are critical thinking, the critical things that I think we should be sitting down to talk about, putting people that have institutional memory together, that have been there before, people that have won the shoe, they know where the shoes pinch. But when everybody now comes as security expert, people that have not even worn Boy Scout uniform before, or people that have been armchair senior uniform officers. So everyone is now security expert. So security has turned to like football, where everyone is a coach. So we must really take this thing with all seriousness. And I believe that with the president we have now and what he has been able to display while in Lagos State, he should be able to put, work around all these things and see that we are able to address all these issues so that we won't just be speaking grammar all the time without any action.